Hey everybody, so I am doing a review of Cuties. I watched it because of all of the controversy surrounding the film, so I wanted to see it for myself. There was a lot of journalists saying that it was all due to conservative hoopla, right-wing agenda, that this movie really had a great story and it's trying to actually show how young girls are being over sexualized. Now, before I get into my review, I have to say, people who know me know that I am a horror movie fan. Okay? The kind of movies that I watch and enjoy are very often violent in nature, sexual in nature. I'm not a prude by any means, but I do draw a line, and I do feel like this film went over that line many times. I need eye bleach after watching that, and it's bad. So I'm going to just talk about it, and I'm going to be fair because I'm always a fair, critic. So let's talk about some of the aspects of the film that aren't sexual in nature. The cinematography, I think, is terrible. It is a gray looking film. The lighting is bad. There's no distinct difference between the girl's life when she's in her home, which I'm going to get into what all this means, but when she's in her home and being oppressed, and it's the same kind of lighting that they use out when she's with her friends. There's no difference. And it leads to a feeling of oppression, and it's very boring. It's a very boring, just the movie itself, the storyline, the pacing, the editing. It's a boring film. It's not a good film. It's not a film where, we're into dance and we're going to learn how to dance and we're going to beat the bad guys. That is not what this film is. Dancing is not a huge part of the film. They don't even really start to practice dancing until you're a full hour into the movie. So that's not what the movie is about. And I think I need to let you know that. So what is the movie about? So there's a young girl. She grows up in a strict Muslim household, and her father is marrying another woman, bringing home a second wife. Her mother is upset about that and cries, and she doesn't like this strict upbringing and religious connotations that she grows up with. And she meets these other girls, and you don't know a whole lot about their home life. They are dressing in their school like no kid I know gets away with dressing in high school. Or no, they're not high school. That's Jesus. They're like fifth graders. And so I need to get into that too. Their bodies don't even look like that of a fifth grader. I did not have boobs in fifth grade. They are 11 years old. That is true. That's not an incorrect thing. But honestly, I don't know. Anyways, so we're watching this movie, and she becomes friends with these people. They don't like her at first, and then they become friends, and they want to do this dance competition. And her parents at some point find out about all the craziness she's doing, and they call an exorcist out, and that's like not even a big part of the movie. Which, anyways. So they call out an exorcist on her, and I don't know. There's not a whole lot that happens in this film other than girls wearing really skimpy outfits and dancing, and there's no point to it. I don't even understand, so supposedly what the person who made this film is trying to portray is the over-sexualization of young girls. I was a girl in fifth grade, and at that age, that's not what I was thinking about. They're acting more like girls who would be in maybe junior high, and the way they're acting once you are in junior high, that is kind of some girls do kind of take on this over-sexualized persona. Most of them do not come from good homes. So if the idea had been like parents need to take more initiative in taking care of their kids, yeah. But they don't show that the other kids in the school are into this. I don't really get it. I'm not a stupid person. I have a college degree. I'm well read, and anyone who knows me knows that I've seen a lot of films, a lot of movies, and I don't. No. So how bad is it, you may ask? Glad you asked me. This filmmaker, this director, must have went to a strip club, several strip clubs in fact, and watched how these girls dance at strip clubs, and then told the girls to redo it. I mean, they're doing like this, like no one even does that. That's not even a thing people do in music videos. They're like on the floor, dry humping the floor. The shots are so, throughout the whole film, not just the dancing part, they're so like right up these girls' butts. It's not appropriate for someone to watch, even if it had a good point to it. It's irrelevant because it's not appropriate. You don't show, for instance, animal abuse and how wrong it is by going out and abusing an animal. Okay? It doesn't make sense. So I don't believe it. Dear director, I don't believe you. Yeah, I don't believe you're that stupid. You're a woman. You know better. I don't believe you're that dumb. I don't believe your story. I do think that you were trying to sexualize these girls. I was very fair about it, and I thought there was going to be a redeeming story. There's not. There's no redeeming story in this. I watched it. Anyone who wants to argue, come at me. I've seen the film. It's not even a good movie. I don't understand how it could have won one award. Oh yeah, because one of the guys who gave it an award was charged with child abuse. Maybe that's why. Yeah, so I don't know what else to say about the film. Like, I want you to know about the film and feel like you've seen the film without having to watch it. And the ending, by the way, I'm going to give you a spoiler here. The ending, they're up on stage and she does all these crazy things to be able to be in this contest. And then she just has this moment of epiphany and she starts to cry and she runs home. Why? Why? There's no reason for her to, there was no plot line leading up to that. Okay, what about the other girls? What about, why did you go home? And then she goes to the wedding of her father, who's married another woman, dressed normally, not over-sexualized, not under-sexualized, just kind of normally, and she goes to this. Can I just say that if I wanted to, the story that I would have told would have been this girl deciding she was going to be her own woman and she wasn't going to put up with a guy, telling her what to do. And she goes and she gets an education and, I don't know, becomes a damn lawyer or a doctor or a scientist that saves everybody from cancer. That's the story I want to hear. If you want to show the over-sexualization of children, you don't have to actually show it in the, like, it's bad. Like, there's a part where during the exorcism where her boobs are just dancing everywhere, and you have to know how to do that. Women who have boobs will attest, unless your boobs are like huge, that they made her dance. It was, and this wasn't even a sexualized part. This wasn't even part of the movie that was about that. I don't even know how to convey what was Netflix thinking. What were you thinking? I have questions. No answers. So it's bad. If you're a man, don't watch it. It was hard to watch as a girl, but I think if I was a guy, I would feel like I would need to take a shower. I don't think I would make it through the movie. I don't even like that I watched it, and now Netflix thinks more people watch it. It's I don't know, good for the movie, and I didn't even want to do that, but I did want to see, and I can just tell you, no, this is not a right-wing thing. Okay, I'm not a prude. No reason for it. So, yeah, I'd love to hear everybody else's ideas and thoughts on the film if you've actually seen it. If you haven't seen it, I feel like a lot of people making reviews and talking about this film haven't seen it. I actually have seen it. I can discuss with anyone who's interested plot points and why I think the woman's lying. Straight up, she didn't make this movie to prove anything. Anyways, everybody have a great day. And today was filmed on September 11th, and so I'd like to say that, I do remember the fallen, and everybody please take a moment to respect those who died that day. Thank you. Have a good weekend.